All right, as many of you know, Deep Discount is a partner of ours here on the Focus Group. We love working with them. And guess what, folks? In a matter of, 2 days, I think it's a mere 48 hours, the site-wide sale, which is kind of like Deep Discount Christmas because everything is deeply discounted there in June. So it's a site-wide sale. It's a big blowout. Recommendation would be to, think of what you're going to get and then click the buy button on Friday because the price might go down. I mean, that could happen, right?
Put it in your
basket and get ready to buy. So it's the site-wide sale. We love this. It's one of our favorite times of the year because we get to go crazy going across the site. So we just picked 2 quick movies to kick off your site. And again, site-wide sale starts June 1st to kick off the buying spree. I always recommend this to anybody who cares to listen because I think it's one of the cutest movies. I love it. It's 1993's Strictly Ballroom. It's available at Deep Discount on Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray looks fantastic. So the story, it's like, a ballroom dancer pairs up with a girl, a woman in the school that he dances at who's not so good, but she becomes really good, and then they go to compete at the world competition, but he has all these weird dance steps. Anyway, it's an adorable movie. And it's Baz Luhrmann. It's one of his first films. So if you're a big Moulin Rouge fan, you got to watch Strictly Ballroom.
Mine is obviously very different. Mine was the director's Rob Reiner, stars John Cusack and Anthony Edwards, and it's called The Sure Thing. It came out in 1985. I think because I've had so many interesting and weird road trips back and forth from Ohio to Connecticut during college, this is essentially a kid who's in college back east, and his buddies in California are telling him, I've got this babe, she's ready to go, she's hot, she wants to meet you. And so he's trying to get from back east out to California to meet this sure thing.
Yeah.
And he ends up hitching a ride with 2 kind of crazy hippie undergrads in an old Volvo and this other girl that he didn't really like, but they go on their road trip, and of course, we all know what's going to happen. There's going to be more chemistry, obviously, with the girl he didn't like probably along the way. But I love these sort of movies. For me, they're just kind of bring back lots of nostalgia.
I saw when you picked this, I just smiled because I remember the movie. And it's a total, in my opinion, it's a total summer film.
It's not John Hughes, but it's John Hughes-esque.
Esque. Esque is perfect.
So.
All right, so the release this week, by the way, is a movie called Cold Turkey, and it comes to us from Olive Films. They're the distributor, and Deep Discount has arranged to give away copies to you folks of Cold Turkey. It's a movie that stars Dick Van Dyke. So here's the setup. I think it's perfect for me and Tim, too. A major tobacco company thought it would be neat and keen to offer a $25 million prize to any American community that could stop smoking for 30 days. Dick Van Dyke plays Reverend Clayton Brooks, a minister in the town of Eagle Rock, Iowa, who convinces the town to take up the challenge. And as they get closer and closer to completing the 30 days, the tobacco company realizes, wait a minute, we're going to have to write a check for $25 million, and they try to sabotage it, right?
I got to get him to smoke.
Don't they accuse Dick Van Dyke of, he's a reverend?
He's a reverend, but in order for him not to smoke, he just seems to have an awful lot of libido I guess for lack of a better word, gets revved up.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. We're going to give away to our Facebook Live and YouTube listeners a DVD or a Blu-ray copy of Cold Turkey in the next few days. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you're going to get different clues. So you have a chance to win as well there. And then down the line, we may be doing it again for our Unbuttoned podcast as well. So here's how it's going to work. Just remember this, letters at focusgroupradio.com, letters at focusgroupradio.com, or if you want an easy reminder, just send the letters FG to the number 25827, and it sends you back a link to letters at focusgroupradio.com. And all you have to do is this. Garrett's going to play 2 audio clues. If you get both movies correct, you're going to be entered in, did we say it was like the first 10 to get the two right, and then we'll randomly pick the winner from there, or 2 winners actually.
We're going to give away a total of 6.
6 of these discs, yeah. So again, it's letters at focusgroupradio.com. You have to get both movies right. We didn't make it too hard. Tim picked these particular clues for today from the ones that I brought, and I must say you did a good job of pairing the clues. I always approve of that. Or Alternately, send the letters FG to the number 25827. It will send you back a link directly to our email. That's all it does. It's a great little system there. So we're all ready. Garrett's going to play the 2 audio clues that will, if you get them, you'll get cold turkey.
Husbands die every day. Sometimes they're driving home from their mistress's apartment, and their brakes suddenly fail. An accident can be an unhappy woman's best friend.
What? What? I fed the cats!
There you go, folks. Now, should we do that again, or
Yeah, well, the people can rewind.
They could rewind. Okay, yeah.
But I had a couple fun facts about the movie Cold Turkey. Do you
Go
want to
ahead.
hear one
Yes,
of them?
indeed.
Do you know it was the very first time flatulence was depicted in a U.S. movie?
Oh, by the way, we should mention it's Norman Lear, right?
Norman Lear. So Edward Everett Horton, the veteran actor, was in there. He said his career began in 1906. He plays the tobacco company president, and he has no dialogue. He's in a wheelchair, and they said he's shown in the limousine, and all he does is fart. And they said that was the very first time they think flatulence was featured in a U.S. movie.
And it's a non-speaking role.
Non-speaking role.
Well, kind of, yeah.
And it was his final role. What a way to go. They said also director Norman Lear had a 3-second cameo. About 2/3 of the way in the movie, you'll see him when he's sitting amongst the townspeople in one of the group scenes. And then Maureen McCormick, Marcia Brady.
She's in there?
She's she provides the voice of the talking doll in the film, which says, "I love you. Smoking causes cancer." And then there's a bunch of other little cameos in there, but I thought those were some sort of fun. I always love when they put those little hidden eggs in
I love
commercials
that.
or films.
I love
or
that.
TV. So, as I'll let John explain it again, but
Just if you know the names of the 2 movies those clues came from that Garrett played earlier, and if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, just rewind a little bit and get the clues. Send them to letters@focusgroupradio.com. If you're on a mobile device and you don't want to remember that, send the letters FG for Focus Group to the number 25827. The text system will send you back the direct link to that same email address. And we're going to pick the first 10 entries that get both movies right, and then we'll pool our 2 winners from there. And we're switching it up for the audio podcast release, so you get 2 more chance. You get another chance
Yeah.
to win.
there you go. Right, Garrett?
Thanks, Deep Discount.
Thanks to our friends at Deep Discount, as well as Olive Films, who provided the giveaway this week of Cold Turkey. So as John says, rewind the tape or listen again and find out how to enter the contest to win one of 6 of the Cold Turkey DVDs, which is a new DVDs or Blu-ray.
Blu-rays, yeah.